Hey, this is Tim Pierce. I'm going to take a quick look at how I define a clean tone on the guitar. Click the link below if you want to check out the masterclass. A lot of my clean tones are dirty. And what I mean by that, there are two kinds of clean. There's the dead clean, which is great, but there's also this clean where the amp has been turned up and there's some natural sustain and compression happening, and everything reads as clean, but it's actually on the edge of dirty, and that's where I live most of the time. So let's look at some dead clean sounds. The bassman is on 2.5. It really has not come to life yet. Sounds good. That's the neck pickup. Let's move to the combination, and then to the bridge. These are good, useful tones, but for a lot of the stuff I do, I kind of prefer a half distorted sound. But it always reads as clean to me, and I try and get into this zone where I'm not activating full distortion. And in many ways, this video is a companion to my Fat Tones video. But in this video, I'm talking about the perception that you can go up to quite a bit of level of gain and still have your sound read as a clean sound. And that's really important because those sounds get fatter and have more character, and their harmonics seem to blossom in a better way. So let me start by showing dead clean again. It's nice. The bassman is on 2. I'm gonna crank it. So to me, that sounds like the amp has woken up. It still sounds clean to me though. Let me try a chordal approach. Back down to 2. Nothing wrong with that. Up to 6. So my point here is that many times gained up sounds, I won't call them distorted sounds, but I could, sounds that are gained up actually read as clean, and that's where I live most of the time. Now let's try a chordal approach. Here's dead clean. I have the amp on 2. Not bad. Let me crank it to 6. So I feel like the amp just woke up, and I can pick really lightly, and then everything sounds fat and warm. There's an edge of distortion there, but I still perceive this as a clean sound, a clean and fat sound. A clean and alive sound. So there are places where the totally clean sound works well. It's for, kind of funk rhythm guitar. My tendency, if it's dead clean and I'm doing a kind of funk part, would be to use the center so I get the sparkle of the 2 pickups together. Seems to have less nose, if for lack of a better word. And let's look at the neck pickup. That's good too. So, and also for chording. So the neck's good too. Move back to the middle. And then go to the bridge. There are plenty of examples of records, particularly in the 70s, that have that kind of pointed, nasally sound. So it's still cool. All these sounds are cool. But this is an example where a totally clean sound is useful, and I have it, it's right on 2, and that's before the amp starts to bloom and wake up and nicely compress and sustain. Now, as a quick contrast, let me crank it up and show you how good the bridge pickup sounds with a little bit of gain. Put on the reverb pedal. And having a reverb pedal in front of the amp, it slaps the front end nicely. I really like doing it these days. Now I want to test the theory on a Strat. This is the American Professional Strat that I have. It's a good value. It's a new guitar. And I have the actual amp set to the crank level, but because these pickups, and naturally so, are not as high output as the humbuckers, it still reads very clean. I mean the kind of clean before it wakes up, the kind of clean that's a bit plinky. Sounds great for kind of Nile Rodgers kind of parts. Single note stuff. But it's not at the point where it's waking up. So what I'm going to do is just step on the micro amp, see what happens. It's like a different world. I hear all the glassy harmonics, and to me that still reads as clean. And now it's clean with sustain and size. Reverb's on. Let me dump a little more on. Referring back to the companion video, the Fat Tones video, I used the volume pedal to get all the shadings of tone up to maximum distortion. But you can do the same thing with the volume knob on the guitar. So if I pull this back to 6, I'm in that skinny territory. And this guitar, it actually is better for that kind of thing. A single coil pickup, a Strat pickup, is really well suited to the totally clean, zero distortion sound, and it's great for rhythm. So I'm on 6. If I bring it up to 8, it begins to wake up. Now that still reads as clean to me. But a fatter, fuller clean with some sustain and natural compression. 8 up to 10. Now you can hear it begin to distort, but now I can use my pick velocity to control the amount of distortion. So in a sense, there are really 3 ways to control this: a volume pedal, the volume knob on your guitar, and velocity with the pick.